G'day fellas, and welcome to a casted game. Spawning in on the north side of the map, playing in the colour teal. That's the Chinese. We've got Crackety here. And on the south side of the map, playing is the French in the colour yellow. It's Marine Lord. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wetlands. We're here watching a couple of folks out on the ranked ladder at the moment, preparing before the pup. I'm sure you guys have seen, there's a pup has been announced. Oh, geez, look at this, Crackety here going with a little bit of a ballsy opening mill, that is for sure. But Crackety here going to be preparing for the ladder the same way that Marine Lord is on that pup. So that is correct. The pup has been announced. I'm not going to leave a link in the description, but I'm sure it probably hit your inboxes. If it didn't, you can always load up Age of Empires 4. It comes up there, but basically they're going to be revealing or doing the pup. I think it's on the 17th of January. Everyone's going to be able to access it, so I'm looking forward to seeing what the changes are for the pup. But in the meantime, we're going to be watching, witnessing, and waiting to see the magic that comes from this game. And I'm wondering how Crackety's going to open, because going up against Marine Lord here as the French, you're going up against, I would say almost at this point, in history for Age of Empires 4, the best player in the world has been disputed. Whether it was Marine Lord, whether it was Beastie, these two have always been at the top. But we have to acknowledge Marine Lord's recent dominance when it comes to tournaments, obviously winning Walla Lol. He recently also won the Nomadic Clash. So he's been doing very well on the tournament side of things. And because of that, I'm happy to call him the #1 player in the world. Now, it depends what metric you use, because at the moment, Beastie, he is absolutely slamming it on the ladder. Rank 1, Rank 2, and Rank 3 on the ladder. He is having an absolute field day out there, so if you went through that metric, then you'd call him Rank 1, Rank 2, and Rank 3, which is pretty damn good. But yeah, it depends on the metric, but I'm pretty happy to say well, not pretty happy to say, but I'm pretty happy in my call to say that at the moment, Marine Lord is definitely looking the best. Now, this is a matchup that's quite difficult for the Chinese against the French, and I talk about this a fair amount, but essentially, when you're playing this matchup against the Chinese or against the French, it's wise to avoid the Chukunu. You don't have to avoid it, but it's very wise to avoid it, just simply because even, you know, in the event that things go well and your Chukunu, you know, manage to be alive, well, they're not going to be alive for very long, just simply because of the Knight. The Knight very, very effectively deals with them, just because of the breakpoints with regard to their armor. So the Knight's got a base of 3 armor. The Chukunu's got a base of 4 attack, which means that only 1 damage a volley is getting through. And even with +1, well, that obviously evens out with your enemy's +1. And take a look at this. We've got 5 vills here on gold. Quite a lot of vills here on gold for Crackety. I don't know if he's worked out this build order or what he's done with this build order, but I suspect that this is probably about right. We can see that he's got a lot of vills down here, and it's going to be a forward Barbican. So I say forward. I don't know if you'd really call this forward, but the fact that he's got deer here, sheep, berries, and also got the shoreline fish, he's going to be loving life here. So it's an important step to make sure that the Barbican is here. Now, I will just say, excuse me, you will hear my voice is a little bit raspy at the moment. I have just woken up recently, so I thought I'd give you guys a quick little cast, see how we're doing. Yeah, so I do apologize, but we do see now on the backside, Marine Lord going to be looking to pick up that wheelbarrow. It's a pretty standard opening that we do see out of most French players, and when it comes to Marine Lord and his School of Cavalry, he's going straight here for the villagers. Now, when it comes to Crackety's opening, it's likely that he's going to be looking for a barracks as soon as possible, just to deal with the couple of knights, and then we'll probably be moving into archer production, into the Shukunu. Some people prefer, me personally, in this matchup, I prefer just to play Horseman Spear. I think that you play Spear to deal with the enemy knights, and then Horseman to deal with the enemy archers. The problem is when you're going up against a player like Marine Lord, who's got the best micro, or some of the best micro, no, you know what, I'll say it, the best micro in the world, you are in a fair bit of trouble, because he is going to have absolutely pixel-perfect clicking, and he's going to know exactly what he needs to do. So, Crackety, I mean, maybe he just looks to try and play his own game and not to think much about what Marine Lord is looking to do. Villagers moving further and further away. Do we see a wheelbarrow through yet? No, no wheelbarrow through yet. 116 attacks built up at the moment in that. And look at this, we've really got like quite a forward little bastion here. There's literally no villagers working in the base of Crackety at the moment. Going to be moving out with a lot of villagers here. I'm suspecting if he goes for Imperial Academy, he just puts the Imperial Academy down right here, right? Like, you just put the landmark. I'd probably even be tempted, like, right there. Something like that, because then that way you can at least collect these resources. You kind of picked up your base and moved it, like the Mongols would do. But we do now see the first of the Knights making its way across the map. Marine Lord with the scout in the back of the base and not going to be able to find too much. Survival technique's going to be coming in for him. Keep in mind this does affect shoreline fish. Survival technique's definitely going to be a great upgrade on this map. And he spots out the gold, sees nothing. Has he spotted out the stone already? He did see the stone earlier. Didn't see anything. And there's the Imperial Academy coming in. So doing the right thing. Crackety knows what is up. He knows how to play, that is for sure. So this is a beautiful little spot he's got. But now that scout going to be realizing, oh, geez, okay, this is an awkward spot. So Marine Lord's options include getting an outpost up. I'd really like to see an outpost thrown down over on this side because even though Crackety's got line of sight, he could definitely look to pressure that if he's got the Knights. We do see a second town center going to be taken for Marine Lord. So pretty standard stuff at the moment for the French opening. And obviously Crackety's going to be spotting that out up towards the north. You can see that Marine Lord's just kind of twiddling his thumbs, right? Like the Knights have come out, but he hasn't even achieved idle time yet. And I think that just goes to show how good this Barbican is from Crackety. I think this is actually a very smart Barbican when you think about it, right? Like this is a 200 IQ Barbican because this Barbican acts as like a town center in the way that it protects. But instead of the resources being this far away, or this far away, or this far away, the resources are quite literally on top of it. So Marine Lord has to just respect that and say, well, actually, no, we can't take it. We just gotta chill out. So very well played here from Crackety. And I love the way that he's taking advantage of the shoreline fish while he can. Beautiful little proxy mill that he's got. Second town center now gonna go down. Marine Lord gonna be looking to drop this bad boy down with 10 villagers here. Bit of an interesting spot. I don't know if I like this spot, but at the same time, it's not like he had a very... Oh, I take that back. There's a beautiful spot over here. He's got the berries and the boar. That's a wonderful spot. This spot here, I mean, sure, you kind of secure land, but what does it do? Like, it doesn't do anything. And on top of that, it's got terrible line of sight. Quite exposed, if anything. Like, you're kind of making it closer to your enemy by putting it over here, whereas if you'd gone for here, obviously, it's still kind of closer, but at the same time... Yeah, I don't know. Did he spot this area out? He knew this area was here. He knows where the boar is as well. First of the Knight's going to be coming through. Looks like the villager is going to survive. Blacksmith was coming in. I think he was going to get some line of sight here. Was that what he was looking for? Yeah, he's trying to get the line of sight in here. So smart by Crackety, but at the same time, Marine Lord just, you know, you blink for a second, Marine Lord's managed to hit your villager. But he does keep it alive for the moment. It's on very, very low health. We can see there, 2 health. And now Crackety. Going to be down a town center, and we're going to start to see that villager count quickly begin to build in favor of Marine Lord. Obviously, Song Dynasty was nerfed. It's not as strong as it once used to be, but look at Crackety. Look at Crackety. Look at the way that he's playing. Are we seeing right now? I mean, you guys would know that Jukunu build order was considered... I mean, it was voted 2022's lamest build order. It wasn't really, but that's what we're going to claim. You know, that was... who would vote for something like that? Would it be Forbes? No, PC Gamer. PC Gamer, yeah. It would be PC Gamer. PC Gamers... Oh, beautiful little... Oh, my Lord, the micro coming out right there was absolutely amazing from Crackety. You guys see that one? Beautiful stuff. So PC Gamers 2022 lamest strategy of the year went to the Jukunu. The Jukunu all-in. And we see the world's best player going up against the world's lamest strategy. That's what this is right now. So the question's going to be, is Marine Lord good enough to hold it off? Now, obviously, we know the answer to that. The question is whether he knows that it's coming. And he's got that information. I mean, we saw the amount of units that were here. So Marine Lord, at this point in time, he's on the 2 town centers. He's working overtime. And now he's thinking about production, double range. He's also got the School of Cavalry up here. But is he going to have enough units out in time? Because he's only sitting on 8 military pop at the moment. And Crackety just kind of minding his own business. Chilling back. Are we going to see a ram coming in soon? We're going to see a ram coming in soon. So the ram going to be coming in. And with the ram, what does he look to hit? I think the likely choice is production, because the production is on the front side here. We'll have to wait and see how he plays it. Back towards the base, though, of Crackety. Look at this production that he's got down. He's not actually supervising anything. He's just making lots of production buildings. And once again, Marine Lord unable to do anything on the enemy side of the map. I mean, look at the villages, all right? We've got 4 villages here. That's about it. Everything else very well defended around this single Barbican. Marine Lord definitely going to be in a bit of trouble here because you can't use that French advantage that you so often want to be able to use. Very smart use of the Barbican here. And I think we got to take a picture of this. Give me a sec. This one's going on the thumbnail. This is because this is, at the end of the day, it is a very high IQ Barbican that has come up here. So very well played by Crackety. And the 2 battering rams now going to be coming down. Smart little move from Marine Lord to try and intercept here. Now, does this get scouted out by Marine Lord? It doesn't. It's in the dark. So Marine Lord could be thinking at the moment. I don't even think he knows whether there's been a second town center or not. He would assume that there's a second Chinese town center, but has he played enough against Crackety to know what Crackety likes to do? Crackety loves to do this. I think he's probably the highest ranked Chinese player that likes to go for this kind of all-in strategy. I say all-in. I mean, against 2TC French, you're all in, right? Like, if it fails, that's it. You're well and truly done. But he does spot the 2 rams now. So that should be the signal for Marine Lord to look to pick up textiles as soon as possible, because he's going to need to bring in the villagers. Villagers are going to need to hold the town center. He's also going to need to bring villagers to begin sieging down the rams. The first of the rams going to come through. Going to cop a bit of damage there from the charges. Loses about 100 health. But the numbers, you can see for Marine Lord, are still pretty decent, right? Like, the fact he's gone 2 town centers and he's still holding this many knights and archers, like, this is a good sign for him. He's got the reinforcements getting picked up as well. Look at this, focusing down the Shukunu on the way in. At the same time, Wolf going to be attacking over on that west side. Shukunu firing off, managing to hit some of those archers on the backside. +1 ranged armor, +1 ranged attack coming through. No ranged armor coming through yet for Crackety. Numbers here not looking the best for him, but still able to hold off this attack. Battering rams, still no villagers pulled yet. Remember, we talked earlier about the textiles as well as the villagers. Villagers should have made short work of this, and instead, looks like it's going to be the knights that are burning through it. So Marine Lord holding without too much of an issue, and Crackety heading back to the drawing board. So where does he go from here? What does he do? I mean, he can move into 2TC himself, or he can look to double down. And Crackety's the kind of guy that would double down. He'd be like, you know, because he can do the math, and he's like, okay, well, you know, French has already been on 2TC this long. He's going to be up to Castle Age shortly. Then he's going to have, you know, his veteran Royal Knights together with the Royal Institute. It's just not going to be pretty for me. So I think maybe I just double down, and that's exactly what he does. Look at the reinforcements that are coming out. I'm almost tempted for Crackety to just build like a highway of walls down towards his enemy's base just to protect his units. Rally your units through the highway. And then that way, they're not going to be subjected to these annoying, pesky raids that have been coming all this time. I guess that's one way to protect your units. The other way is just to move them in number. So basically, you would, instead of rallying them to the enemy base, you rally them to here, and then you move them across when there's like 6 or 7 of them all together. Marine Lord, is Marine Lord, I was going to say, hold on a minute, is Marine Lord going for some kind of Castle Age something, but it's not going to be the case. Instead, he's doing the right thing. He's actually going into Knight, so he's got critical mass of archers, which is, this is so perfect for Marine Lord. It's just enough archers, or I say just enough, quote unquote. It's enough archers to one-shot a spearman, and now he just goes full Knights. And we can see he's dropped the double stable on the backside, because Knight superiority is how you win this. Archery range going to be going down here. And then attention turn going to be towards the landmark, I suspect. Marine Lord looking to try and hold on for dear life. Up to 10 knights now, so knight numbers looking pretty solid. Now, the key thing here is that Crackety's going to be using his Jukunu to snipe out the archers of his enemy so that they no longer have critical mass, so they can't one-shot the spearmen anymore. So you have to also be keeping up your numbers of archers to make sure that you're not losing them. But Crackety's force is really starting to build up right here. Up towards the north, we do see another knight going to be making rounds up towards that top side. More units continuing to come through. Battering rams also being constructed. It's up to 4 battering rams now. +1 ranged armor also going to be coming in. Looks like that knight will be finding nice little use of commands right there. An attack move going to be coming in. First attack comes through. Villager number 1 goes down for the game. Villager number 2 not so close behind. That's actually villager number 2 this game. Marine Lord did lose a villager at some point. I suspect if he lost a villager at some point, it was probably over here. We do see there are no, yeah, you know what? There's no villagers with damage over here, and we know a villager took damage. I'm gonna call it right now. I reckon a villager died. I'm saying it. Marine Lord lost a vill to the wolf. Warwick got him. But the number's starting to look good for Crackety. He's up to 44 Chukunu, 23 spears. Remember, it all comes down to knight superiority here. And the Chukunu getting off some decent shots there on the Royal Knights. But remember, they're only doing 1 damage at a time. Knight goes down on the backside. Crackety not going to need to focus on that backside anymore. Just going to be looking on the offensive. He sees the knight numbers as well here. This is what's so scary, these knights. At the moment, beautiful control with the spears, not bringing them forward. We enter into the cinematic mode. Because Crackety, he's looking intent to take out the first of the landmarks. Second landmark going to be under pressure once this first one goes down. But look at these knight numbers. This is what it's all about, baby. Beautiful use of the archers in the town center as well. Knights moving forward. And now where's the production? There's all the production on the backside. 4 archery ranges. Triple stable. I'd expect, honestly, a few more stables getting thrown down, but 7 production buildings is pretty decent. Pretty good at the moment. We'll bring the UI back in just for a quick squiz at the income. That's what's going to be curious to me. So at the moment, Marine Lord sitting on a huge income advantage, and he's going Castle Age as well. Oh, this could be good timing. It could also be bad timing. Marine Lord needs to avoid fighting, but he can't lose the landmark. Oh, this is going to be big. Let me sit up for this, ladies and gentlemen. This is a perfect timing from Crackety here. Look at the number of units he's got here as well. Marine Lord could be in trouble. This is the last landmark. Now, obviously, he's going to be making the Royal Institute. He's going to be able to fall back on that as his landmark, so Crackety can go to that. He can leave this landmark and allow it, but we've got a villager pull. Oh, this is getting huge. Bring in that cinematic mode. He is going all in. We talked about the potential for all-ins, and Crackety here going to be the leader of the all-in. Ladies and gentlemen, watch out as those knights begin to come in. No veterancy upgrades just yet. Marine Lord is holding on for dear life here. He wants to keep these archers alive, but he's going to do so before the veterancy hits, and this is the consequence of fighting right now. More villagers joining the party. Imperial officials on the back line as well. Plenty of units in here, and Crackety here looking to try and take out the world's best player with the world's lamest strat, and he's doing damn well with it. That is for sure. He needs to find that next landmark, though. That's going to be a question for him. Where's that next landmark? As the units overwhelm his opponent, he's going to begin working down houses and production, and villagers also getting in on the action, getting their torches out and starting to work their way through all of that production. Look at all of the buildings down here. We're talking about 7 production buildings that are all going to get focused down, and Marine Lord's going to have to evacuate out of the dance floor. Crackety is very all in at this point in time. Imperial official, don't do it, Imperial official. No, Imperial official. Yeah, he lived. You got it. We saw this one night, really hunting for it. So now that Crackety's pulled all the villagers, the question is there anybody at home? And the answer is no. Nobody is at home at the moment. Crackety is well and truly all in with all the villagers, all the resources, all the units that he's got right here. This is it, but it looks like he may have found that landmark marker, at least know where it is, and there it is. Immediately moves towards it. Battering rams moving in, villagers getting pulled. We are seeing an absolute villager massacre right here. Look at the villagers being pulled. He needs to start repairing this landmark. Does he have the resources for it? He's got 317 wood at the moment. And where's Marine Lord's army? Marine Lord's army is nowhere to be seen. Shukanu going to be burning down. We've got to be shooting down these villagers. And landmarks are dying right now. Knight's going to be coming in. The veterancy finally coming in, but it might be too late. Too little, too late. JoJo's hit single from 2003 playing in my head right now. And the unit's going to be coming in. But still, this landmark is going to be going down. There's way too many units. Crackety here defeating the world's best player with the world's lamest strat. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. You've seen it. World number 1 falls to the lamest strat. And that's post-nerf China, baby. Now, fellas, go check out Crackety. Go check out Marine Lord. Marine Lord streams in French. Crackety streams in English. Go check him out. Say good day from me. And, of course, I'll catch you in the next one. What a beautiful game there from Crackety here. I tell you what, I'm loving it.